Have you ever remembered an event with friends and felt like you weren't even in the same place? Or have a conversation that feels one way for you and completely different for the other person? Today we're looking at how your mood, your energy, and your inner wiring shape everything you experience, and why that's actually pretty powerful. I'm Suzanne Arjona, and this is Life on Your Terms, where human design meets bold truth and permission to be real. You've played the role, you did what was expected, and now it's time to show up as you. Everything you experience in life is influenced by you. It becomes a part of you, and your experience of it will always be different than everyone else who experiences the very same event. Think about it. You and 5 friends can take the exact same trip together, and every one of you will experience it differently. You might be enjoying a week away from work, while one friend is quietly stressing about a writing deadline. Another friend might be savoring the fact that she finally gets to sleep in, while another is lying awake, missing the night sounds of her new baby. And the 5th friend, she might be between jobs, between relationships, and using this same trip to reassess her entire life. Same trip, completely different inner experiences. Which is why how you interpret the events of your life matters as much, if not more, than the events themselves. Because all of reality gets translated, it gets interpreted through you, through your open centers, through your emotional patterns, through your survival strategies, through what's worked before and what hurt before. Nothing arrives neutral. And this is where your human design comes into play. Because your design isn't just how you act, it's how you experience. It determines what you notice first, what feels personal, what feels safe, what feels threatening or meaningful. 3 people can walk into the same room, and one feels pressure, another feels possibility, another feels nothing at all. Not because the room changed, but because the receivers are wired differently. A favorite quote of mine comes from the book Flight of the Seventh Moon, from the character Agnes Whistling Elk. And she says, "Every book is rewritten by the reader. If you read a book, it becomes your personal teacher. You bring to it what you are." So in the same way a book becomes your personal teacher, life becomes your personal curriculum. Because you are the lens. You become co-author of the story as it's happening. And this is also why people fight about what happened during an event. Because while everyone thinks they're talking about the same event, they're not. They're talking about the version their system wrote. The emotionally open person reads tone. The defined ego reads respect. The open G-center reads belonging. The defined ajna reads coherence. Same event, different edits. So we walk around arguing over whose version is true, when in reality, we're all reading different books printed from the same moment. So what does this mean for us in everyday life? If you bring yourself to every experience, then self-awareness becomes everything. Because the work is no longer, why does this keep happening? The work becomes, who am I being when it happens? And this isn't about blaming yourself. It's about reclaiming power. Because if you are part of the authorship, you're also part of the revision. You don't control the plot, but you absolutely shape the meaning. Every moment hands you raw material. You decide what it becomes. And as your awareness of your lens deepens, life stops feeling like something that's happening to you and starts feeling like something you're in relationship with. Okay, most people spend their lives trying to change what's happening. Fewer ever pause to understand the lens it's happening through. Your human design chart is a map of that lens. It shows you how you're wired to experience life, what you're here to be consistent in, and where you're designed to be open and influenced. And if you're curious to see what your own lens looks like, you can run your free chart and report on my website. The link is in the show notes. So thank you again for tuning in, and I look forward to joining you again on the next episode. If you're interested in learning more about living in your design, you can book a foundational human design reading with me. Foundational readings are designed to give you a solid foundation on the 3 key parts of your chart that you can apply to your daily life right away and begin living in your design and living life on your terms. Visit my website, SuzanneArjona.com, for more information.